Hi guys, welcome back to Radiator Jimny. In this video I will be showing you how to replace a noisy bearing inside your belt tensioner. These bearings don't give up that easily. I think this one packed up because of mud and water 4x4 I'm doing with this little thing. This is not such a big job. All you're going to need is a pliers, a 12 spanner and a 10 spanner. So yeah, you'll be losing these two screws on the sides here. That will release the radiator from that bracket. Those two screws here, that will release the fan cowling from the radiator. You're going to have to get the fan cowling and the radiator loose from each other. Then the pliers to just release this clamp and remove this pipe at the top and the pipe at the bottom there. I'm going to save the antifreeze that I've put into this motor. I serviced this motor not too long ago, so this antifreeze is still new. So I'll be catching my water again in a bucket. It's easier taking out this radiator. It's not a big job. It's easy to take this radiator out, then battling inside there with that small space that you've got in there. You'll end up cutting your hands and frustrating yourself trying to get the spanner onto that tensioner bearing, and rather just take out the radiator. It's going to make your life much easier. But let's start this motor quickly, and then you just hear the noise that this bearing is making, and then you can listen to it after we've changed it. Let me just show you quickly what I'm talking about. Yeah? So we'll be taking out that tensioner there, and then inside there's a bearing. So I'll try and press it out or knock it out and put a new one in there. Let's get started with this. Going to take off this radiator cap, so when I remove the pipe at the bottom, it doesn't form a vacuum. It will suck air in and it drains the water at the bottom much easier. Okay, now we're at the bottom here, so you'll see there's a drain plug. Loosen that and then try and catch that water. Unscrew that. This is going to take a bit of time while we wait for that to drain down there. Take off this pipe. Use both hands. Here you go. A little like that. Easy. Take that plug out a little bit more that side so the water can come out faster. That's it. Now we can pull this pipe off here. Try and push this pipe off. Pipe's off. Hope it's not too dark inside there. Those two 10 spanner bolts. And the one on this side. Okay, now I'm going to pull this pipe off here, leave this hanging that side. Now that that two bolts are loose, this cowling should be loose, yeah. Just get the cowling, fan cowling just past that drain socket. So this pipe here, in that drain socket, we're catching on it fan cowling. Take those two bolts out. You just need to move the fan cowling backwards just so it clears this drain socket here, and that pipe, then it comes out easily. Now the fan cowling. Now we've got lots of space here to work on that tensioner. Take out the bolts completely, then we can take out that tensioner and work on it outside. Put our spanner over there. Loosen that one on the inside as well. You can see now it moves freely. Take out those bolts completely. First one out. Now the tensioner should come out. There you go. There's the tensioner. Now that we've got the tensioner out, we can take the bearing out. The bearing number here. See if we can see what's this bearing number. So this is a 6010 DU2. made in Japan. I don't know if you can hear this, but it is noisy. So what I'm going to do now is knock this piece out, just get something that I can place this bearing on, and then knock that center piece out, and then put a new bearing in there. Just going to use a copper hammer here. I've just opened the vise big enough to rest there and there, so I can knock the center piece out the bearing. Okay, that's the center piece. Now knock this bearing on the sides there. This is an old bearing, so I'm not too worried about it, but once we put a new one in, we need to be more careful about this. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to open the vise a little bit more, so that we rest the bearing on that edge there and this edge here, so that there's enough room between these two jaws for the bearing to go through, just like that. So let's knock it there a little bit, this side a bit. Now that bearing is sticking out a bit, now you can actually feel it, so you can close this vise a little bit more now. A little bit that side, a little bit this side, a little bit that side, a little bit this side. There you go. Got the outer ring now. There's the bearing. There's the three parts. The inner piece of the belt tensioner, the outer piece. There's your bearing. You don't have to go buy the complete bearing tensioner from agents. To buy this complete tensioner is going to cost you 4 times more or 5 times more than just buying the bearing from a bearing shop, and then you can do it yourself. So there I've got the new bearing, 6010 RS. I'm going to heat this bearing up so it swells. Once I've heated this bearing up with heat, metal expands. Leave this one cold, and then this one should go in there much easier. When I'm done there, I'll wait for this to cool down, then I'll go and heat this ring up for this ring to expand, and this will be cold, then this will go over that one much easier. Put this bearing in a plastic bag and just put it in a bit of boiling water. Leave it there for about 10 minutes. Make sure that bearing heats up nicely. 10 minutes is almost done. I'm going to line that bearing up here, because this thing actually needs to go in through the bearing. It's about 5 mil through the bearing, so I won't be able just to put it on the table, and then it's going to go flush, so I need to go through. Off. One in there, start off like this. There you go. There you go, in all the way. Perfect. Not all of us are fortunate to have bearing heaters and all the special tools, but bring it into a plastic bag and boiling hot water helps. Okay, now switch that on again. Put this ring inside there. Just put it in like that. Let's take out the ring. Dry it out a bit. Knock it a little bit on the side there with the hammer. Just needs to go a little bit more, not much. Needs to be in the center of that. Perfect. Like I said, not all of us have bearing presses and all the fancy tools. I'm just showing the guys out there how you can do it from what you've got in your garage. Now let's put it back again. So I just want to show you something you should know. That's an Allen cap hole. Once this tensioner is in position and we need to tension the fan belt, you can use an Allen key, putting it into that hole, and you can tension it. Just remember that. It's an easy way to tension that fan belt. The stud that's sticking out there will go through the slot, and then the bolt goes through that one. There you go. Okay, like I said, moving freely. Put the nut on there, put the belt on there. There you go. You can now put your Allen key inside there, in that hole. To tension this fan belt, the correct tension on this belt, just use your thumb and press it as hard as you can. If you can press this belt to deflect more than 8 millimeters, that's then too loose. Try and just push it up to about between 6 and 8 millimeters. And then pull this back and feel that belt tensioner. Oh, that feels about correct. And I'm going to tighten that nut. I'm going to feel it again. Yeah, that feels about right. Tighten both these bolts now. The nut and the bolt. There you go. Tensioner is in, fan bolt is on to the correct tension. So now let's put this radiator back. Put your drain plug back. The cowling back first. And slide the radiator in there. The bottom so it clears there. Put this pipe on there. This pipe in there. There's a hole there for the mounting rubber on the radiator to fit in. This side as well. There's a hole in the bracket for that mounting rubber to go in. There you go. That one is in. And that one is in. Put this clamp back. There you go. And now these two screws. Screw that side. Let's put this pipe back. And clamp back. That's it, done. This part back here again. Let's start the car and listen to how it sounds. Much better. Done. Thanks a lot for watching. I hope this video will help you save some money by replacing your own bearing. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. Your subscription will motivate me to make more videos. Thanks a lot, guys. See you again.